Hey, it's Pastor Andrew here, and we are starting a brand new devotion on Refuel, focusing on 1 Corinthians chapter 13. It's a very famous chapter. At royal weddings, often they read from 1 Corinthians 13 because it's about love. And often people think, hey, this is the chapter on marriage. No, it's not. It can be applied to marriage. But actually, it's a chapter for Christians who shouldn't be divided. Does that sound appropriate, especially for America today? So you've got chapter 12 where Paul talks about spiritual gifts and unity within the church. Chapter 14 that talks more about spiritual gifts and how to operate them. But Paul says, let me really help you, Christians. You've all got talent. You've all got these grace gifts from God, the charismata in your life. But guess what? You actually need some old-fashioned love, God-generated love, so that you get on together. So let's dive into the first 3 verses, and I'm hoping this really encourages you today. Let's read it. It says, "And now I will show you the most excellent way. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains, but have not love, well, I am nothing. And if I give all I possess to the poor, and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing." If you've got a pen or paper, or maybe you journal, or maybe you just got a great memory, I'm going to give you some E's here, okay? Everything starting with the letter E that Paul highlights. He said you can have all of this stuff, but if you don't have love, it doesn't really matter. The first thing he says, if you have tongues and you speak with the tongues of angels, and if you have a heavenly language, and you're so, look at this here, you are so incredible with it, but at the end of the day, you have tongues, and that's all you have. You know what it is? It's just empty. That's what he says. If that's all you have, but you don't have love. It's good to have tongues, but if you're just a show off with it, you know what it is? It's just empty. And then he moves on to the gift of prophecy. He says you might be able to prophesy and really encourage and be like so good, but if all you have is prophecy without love, you know what you are? You're merely just eloquent. Eloquent's nice, but it's not enough. And then I love what this one, it says, if you can fathom all mysteries, you have enlightenment. Oh my goodness, that's what you bring. But you know what? You're highly enlightened, but you're actually darkened because you don't have love in your life. And he talks about knowledge. All you have then is education if you don't have love. And I love this one here. You can move mountains. Let's just admit, if you or I today physically moved one of the Sierras and launched it into the sea, I think we'd be pretty proud of ourselves, and I think we would have quite a ministry following. But the Apostle Paul says this, all you are without love, you know what? You're just an extrovert and you're exciting, but that's not enough. It's really cool, but it's not enough. You still need love. And also he says, if you give everything that you have to the poor, you would think, oh, I'm full of love. Well, no, you're just being extravagant at that moment without love. All these things are good. And even if you sacrifice your body to the flames, you know what that is without love? It's extreme, but it's still not enough. Look at this list, everybody. All of this stuff. You would think, I can speak in tongues, I can prophesy, I can understand mysteries, I have all knowledge, I can move mountains, and I've given everything I have to the poor, and I've given my body to the flames. But you know what? Paul says you can do all of this, and if you don't have love, you know what? Who really cares? Recently, I was preaching on this. When you look back at your life, everybody, you don't remember the smartest people. You don't remember just the brightest people. You know who you remember? The kindest people and the most loving people. That's who you really remember in life. I don't think Paul's saying here, don't do any of this, but he's saying you can do all of this and still really miss the heart of Christianity. So I'm going to encourage you today, whoever you are, wherever you are, use your gifts, use your talents, but lead your life with love.